Hey everyone, welcome to this blast from the past video where I'm going to drive Wildfire 5 for the first time in about 10 years. A little bit of background, Wildfire 5.0 was released back in 2009. Midstream, it was rebranded to Creo Elements Pro 5.0, and it was then replaced by Creo Parametric 1.0. The last time I used it was at Amazon, where we were on Wildfire 5.0 and then made the upgrade to Creo 2.0. And I'm going to create an engine block part that I often use in a lot of different test drives. I just want to see how things were back then and how much I can still remember. Anyhow, enough. Let's jump into this. Here is the interface. I want to create a brand new part. Let's hit the new button. And here's the dialog box. It's got the old skin. There's the name part. Let's fill in engine block. And I think I'm going to have an error because my default template is way newer. So I'm going to have to browse to the load point. Give me a moment to figure this out. Okay, I have my new part started out. Oh, there's no in-graphics toolbar. If I want to turn on my datum plane display, I can use the upper ribbon. And let's say I want to create a sketch on the datum plane called front. Oh yeah, Wildfire 5.0, you don't have any mini toolbars. If I do the right mouse button, I get just a bunch of words, and none of these are for creating a sketch. Let's see, if I want to make a sketch, I need to go to this icon on the right-hand side of the screen. This puts me into sketch mode, and I've got to confirm my sketch setup. Everything here looks good. I will click on the sketch button. Let me turn off my datum plane display. And let me also turn off the spin center. That's where that one is. Okay, so let's see this first sketch. Let me pan things over. I am going to revolve some stuff, so I need a center line. Where is the old center line command? Oh yeah, you got to go to the fly out from the line. Let's see, this is a geometry center line. This is a regular center line. I'll use that one and then make it horizontal. Okay, let's see, I want to sketch a bunch of different lines. Hey, I can still get to the line command from the right mouse button. So let me sketch a line from about over here to the intersection here, then up here, horizontal. It's not actually automatically snapping there. I'll take care of that in a moment. There. Okay, so there I have a bunch of weak dimensions. Let me see. I want to put in a vertical constraint. Let me see. Let me get out of line creation mode. Let me pick the line, right mouse button. Actually, I want it to be vertical. Okay, so that is good for that one. Now I want to do some dimensioning. Here is the dimension icon. One of the dimensions that I want is a revolve diameter dimension. So let me click on this, pick left, 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 and then middle mouse button. And that process is still the same. Let me punch in my value. Oops, looks like that value is too big. Let me see. Let me finish my dimensioning scheme. Or wait. Maybe I was still in dimension mode. Oh yeah, I had to get out of dimension mode if I wanted to create that dimension. Okay, let me just make my different dimensions. Let's see, I do want the length of this line and then middle mouse button. I'm just going to hit the enter button to take the values. I think we're going to have to scale everything. Let's see, I want the angle from here to here, middle mouse button. And let me see if I can punch in that. Okay, that's good. Let's see, what else do I want? Let's go for here to here to here, and then middle mouse button for another revolve dimension. Probably can't change that one. And let's see, what other dimension do I want? I want a dimension from this point to this line, and then middle mouse button over there, and I will accept that. And the very last dimension that we want here is this one. So I'm just going to swipe a box over all the different dimensions. Where is the modify dimension icon? There it is, modify. And here I have the dialog box. So far, everything is not too much different. Let me lock the scale And the first dimension, I'm going to change this one, which is the one I tried to change to 155, and hit the Enter key. Graphics are weird. Let me hit the check mark. All right, so that is good. Now I can start changing the other different dimensions. Let's see, this should be 300. This should be 90. All right, that is the sketch that I want. Pretty good. Let me hold down the right mouse button. Oh, I can't get out of sketch mode from right mouse button. Okay, let's use the check mark in order to do that. And let's see, with the sketch still selected, I want to create a revolve, which is the icon over here. I want to revolve to 360. Note that the message area is up at the top of the screen in this version. And so everything here looks good. Let me hit the check mark in order to complete this. Let me turn on my datum plane display for a moment, and let's see. The next thing that I want to do is create a datum plane offset from this plane. I think I actually sketched on a different plane that I actually wanted to, but anyhow, let's select this plane. To create a new datum plane, let's use this. I can drag this offset, and I'm going to offset this a value of 90, and hit the OK button. And now I need a datum axis at the intersection of a couple planes. So I'll click on this, and let's choose front. Hold down the Control key, select this plane. And that is good for that one. And let's click on the OK button. And let me turn on my axis display. And now I want to create a sketch on this plane. So I'll choose that plane and hit the sketch button. And now I am in sketch mode. Let's close out of that dialog box. And for this one, let's see, I need to add in a sketch reference. How do I get to my sketch references? Let me see, I'll just right mouse button in references. And let's see, I need to add in this as a reference. Solve and close. And let me turn off my plane display to reduce my clutter. And now I'm going to sketch in a few different lines. Let's sketch in line here, and then down over here, and down over here, and then close it off. And I need to throw in some center lines for symmetry. I know back then you could not use your sketch references for symmetry. And my symmetric constraint, let me go to my constraints. Here's symmetric, and let's see. Center line, this vertex, center line, this vertex, that vertex, the middle mouse button a couple of times. And let's see, something looks weird. Let me hit the undo button because I did something wrong. But anyhow, and let me start dimensioning some of this. Oh wait, I think I want this to be symmetric. Let's go to symmetric, and then this, and here, and here. Okay, so let's see, for my dimensions, let's go to the dimension icon, and I'll pick this and then middle mouse button, and this is going to be a value of 120, and then this and middle mouse button, this is going to be 140. And let's see, I want a distance from here to here, and this is going to be a value of 80. And then from here to here, this is going to be a value of 75. All right, that's good. Let's hit the check mark, and sketch is in the middle of the model. I might have accidentally deselected it. Let's select it, and I want to extrude. So I'll use this icon. I'm going to extrude. And let's use a distance of 270. And maybe it's something weird, but my roller wheel is not allowing me to zoom in and zoom out. That might be more of a Microsoft thing than a Pro Engineer Wildfire 5.0 thing. So anyhow, let me hit the check mark on that one. So that's good. Let's turn off the axis display. The next thing that I'm going to do is throw in a couple sets of rounds on the vertical edges. By the way, notice that we have shaded, but no shading with edges. Oh, that kind of bothers me. All right, I'm going to put in some rounds. Let's round, and I'm going to put in a round on this vertical edge and this vertical edge, and that's going to be a value of 40. And then let's hit the, let's go to the Sets tab. I'm going to do a new set, and for the other set, let me rotate around, and I'll pick this vertical edge and this vertical edge. These are going to have a radius of 50. And then I will hit the check. Let me see, middle mouse button should still be, yes, still check mark. Okay, so that is good for that one. Let's see, I am going to create a plane offset from the top surface so that I can split my draft. So let's see, let's hit the plane icon and choose this surface, and let me drag it down. I want it a distance of 135, and I will hit the OK button. Let me turn on my plane display. Let me hide a bunch of my different things. Yeah, everything is text here. So let's see, yeah, that's good for now. Okay, so let's see, I want to create a draft feature. That would be this icon over on the side. And for the draft, let's see, I need to pick the draft surfaces, and I will select, let's see, let's choose this surface, hold the shift key, pick this edge, that'll loop the surfaces. Next, I'll activate my draft hinges collector, and I'll use this as my draft hinge. It's also using it as the pull direction. That is fine. Let me see, I want split by the draft hinge. And let's see, at the bottom, I know I want this one to be like 6 degrees, so I'll drag that one. And then the other one should be 0 degrees. All right, I think that's good. So let's hit the check mark. Yeah, dashboards looked a little different back then. So that is good for the draft. All right. Let's see. I don't need this plane for now, so let me select it and then hide it. And I don't think I need this plane for now. Let's select it and hide it. And let's see. One of these I do need. I do need the plane called top. Let me unhide that one. And so for the mounting on the side, let me create a sketch on this datum plane. And I'll choose to face the top of the screen. Let me select that back surface and hit the sketch button. All right, this puts me into sketch mode. Let me turn off my plane display for a moment. Let me go to a non-shaded mode. And I need to add my sketch references. I want to figure out what icon is for sketch references. Yeah, and there's no command search, so how did you add sketch references? Maybe sketch and then references? There's got to be an icon on the right side toolbar. I don't know. So anyhow, let me see. What did I want to use as my sketch references? I definitely want to use this silhouette edge over here. And let's see. I also want to use, let's see, this edge as a sketch reference. Let me solve and close, and then I will create a bunch of lines. Let's see, a line from here about out to here, then to there, and then close this off. And let's see, I do need one of my other planes. Let me go back to my sketch references. Rather than make it visible, I think it's this one that I also want as a reference. That's good. Solve, close out of there. And I'll need to throw in a center line. Probably going to get an axis there because I might have chosen the wrong one. Let's go to symmetry, and then here and there and there. And so let's see, what dimensions do I want in here? Let's see, I do need a couple of sketch fillets. Where are you? Sketch fillets. Okay, and so let me choose here and here and here and here. And let me go to my equal constraint. All right, I've got to say, this is not too bad. I thought I was going to have a much harder time of this than I actually am experiencing. Let's see what are some of the other different things that I need in this particular sketch. Let's dimension from here to here, and then middle mouse button. That's going to be 110. Oh, it looks like I did end up losing my symmetry constraint when I threw in my fillets. Let's go back to symmetry, and then here, and then let's do the centers of those. That's good. And let's see, what other dimension do I want? I want a dimension from here to here, and let me do middle mouse button, and this is going to be a value of 30. All right, that is good. Let me hit the check mark, and then rearrange my model. Let me do an extrude. And let's see, for the depth option, I want this to be symmetric. I can get to that from the middle mouse button. And the depth is going to be a distance of 25. That is good. Let's hit the check mark in order to complete that one. And let me go to a shaded mode. Let's see, what do I want to put in next? Let's put in a couple of mounting holes. Let me turn on my, oops, that's creating an axis. Let me turn on my axis display. Let me create a hole. Here's the hole icon. And let's see, I want it to be on there. Let me hold down the control key for the placement surface. Let me change the depth to through all should be good. And the radius of this one is going to be a value of 15. That's good. Preview is a bit different back in the day. Looks kind of like a SOLIDWORKS preview today. Anyhow, let's hit the check mark for that one. I could copy and paste the whole, but I'll just use the manual method of doing it. It'll use the same radius. Let me change the depth option to through all. It's kind of weird just having all that text in the right mouse button menus. So that is good for that one. And I think that's everything that I want for the mounting features. Let me select all of these features, and then I'm going to group them. And let's see, let me call this mount. And I need to pattern them, or excuse me, mirror them. So let's see, let me turn off my axis display. Let me turn on my plane display. Let me hide this one. Let's see, I probably mirror about this. Let's unhide it. So let's see, how did you mirror back in the day? Let me pick the group. Here's the mirror icon. Let me see if I can get to it from right mouse button. No mirror command there. Oh well, might as well try. Let's hit the mirror command and then choose what we want to mirror about. Not much in terms of the dashboard back in the day for the mirror command. Let me hit the check mark, and that is pretty good. I do need to go to the group and hide the sketch. Next, go and create some of the big holes in the model. All right, let me turn off my plane display for a moment. Let's turn on the axis display, and let's see, let's create a hole, and I'm going to locate it on this axis. Let me hold down the control key and add that as the surface. And this is going to be a diameter of 62.5, and the depth is going to be through all. I'll hit the middle mouse button. that is good. Let me go to the back of the model. We're going to also do a big hole back here. I'll do the hole and we'll put it on the same axis. Hold down the control key and pick the surface. And the diameter for this one is going to be 140. And the depth is going to be, let's see, where's my depth dimension? It's right here, and the depth is going to be 150. And I will hit the check mark in order to complete that. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Let's see, I do need a hole on the top surface, so let's create a hole there. And hold down the control key. And let's see, let me pan. The diameter of this one is going to be 105. And the depth of this will be 2 next. And we get the preview that is way too big. That's okay. Let's hit the check mark. And so there we have it going down through there. Okay, so let's see. This is pretty good. Let me see. I think I missed a fillet that I wanted earlier. Let's throw that in now. So let's go to the round command and then pick this. And this is going to be a value. I think it's going to be a pretty small one. And hit the check mark. Maybe that's too small. Let's see. Let's edit. Change that. I don't know. Let's use value 25. And let's see, I need to regenerate. Where is the regenerate icon? Is there a oh, there it is. This icon. There we go. All right, the last thing that I am going to do is I'm going to create the fins and pattern them. I need to create a datum plane offset from this surface. And let's see, let me drag this a little bit down. It's only going to be down a distance of 2.5. Let me click on the OK button. Let me turn on my plane display. And let's see, how do I want to look at this? I want to look at it sort of like so. So let's see, let's create a sketch on this datum plane. And right now it's going to have right face top. Oh, that should be good. Okay, that was kind of weird panning, but I'm okay with it. Let's turn off the axis display. Let's turn off the plane display. This will definitely help if I go to a non-shaded mode. And for my sketch, I want to offset these different edges a small distance. So let's go to the offset command. Where are you? Okay, so here is the project command, which used to be called use edge. And here's offset. Oh, they used to have the thicken command. Let's go to the offset. And I want to offset a loop. And so let's see, select one item. Let's see. What am I picking here? Let me do chain. There, chain. And then this one. Yep, I like that. Let's choose accept. Yes, I want to convert it to a loop. And offset in that direction is going to be a value of 10. That's good. Let's click OK, close, and hit the check mark. And so there is my sketch. Let's take that sketch and we're going to extrude it. Flip the direction, and this depth is only going to be a value of 5. And then I am going to hit the check mark. And if I go to a shaded mode, well, that ends up covering that hole that I made before. I'll just end up grabbing the hole and dragging it down later on. But let's pattern the extrude. So I'll select the extrude, right mouse click and hold. And here's pattern from the pop-up menu. Let's see, instead of a dimension pattern, we do have direction pattern. So I'll choose this as to driving the direction. Let me see, I'll drag it and it's going to be down a distance of 10. And we're going to make 13 of them. So let's see, type in 13 here. We get all those different preview dots. So I will hit the check mark. And so there we have our different mounting fins. But again, I need to grab this hole and then drag it down through the bottom so that the hole is going to end up intersecting it. All right, so there it is. That's creating my standard test demo part in Wildfire 5.0. It was nowhere near as painful as I thought it was going to be. It's the interface looks different, but the functionality is pretty much the same. So there you have it.